Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MegaMek, potentially. I'll get to that in a second. But first, a quick recap. We are starting on June the 28th. We've just done maintenance on the Slayer, which ticked upwards into Category A, which is nice. We do have a couple of missions. We do have a mission on the docket, this Defend Grounded dropship, which I think might be a little on the wibbly side, because if I recall correctly, Tongalance was assigned to this mission previously, and now it does not appear to be. Mr. McGorilla, hello, how are you? Glad you could join us. And good morning to you as well. So as far as this mission goes, I'm just going to continue advancing days until I get a notice saying, hey, you need to deploy some units. And then I'm going to deploy Tongalance. And then I think we should have a reroll, so we might be doing something about this light level, or we might not. The dropship might be better protected under cover of darkness. We will have to see. In the meantime, we got maintenance on the Leopard, which did not go overly well, as usual. Waiting for that error mod to change so that we can start making progress on that. We did get some armor and some ammunition in. We're working on the Jenna refit. That should be another 3 days. The Rifleman is going to be, what, 24,000 minutes is 50 days. So we're looking at 53 days, I think. The Warhammer is going to be 15 or so days. We do not have access to heat-seeking ammo, ERPPCs, fuel air bombs, double heat sinks, or endosteel. And also, I noticed we only had 7 medium pulse lasers in stock, and we're going to need a couple to repair the Marauder. So I went ahead and ordered 15 of those, even though I don't think we're going to have the availability to get them. In the repair bay, the only thing we've got going on currently is the Marauder, which is waiting for its arm to get put on. Then we can replace the weapons and actuators and armor, and then that will be ready to go as well. Other than that, we're still on planting. We're still waiting for Santander 5 to change colors. It's still independent. That should be changing, I want to say, I'm not sure if it's May or August or what, but it should be soon. Let's see, we had the Jenner being refitted, we have the Wolfhound and the Panther, both undamaged, uncrewed, just being maintained. We can go ahead and put those guys in mothballs, I think. We can have Denise do that. Screen resolution bug thing, no, I'm still using the low quality graphics because the setting the image scaling to 100% just does bad things to the font size. So the only way around the chugging issue would be if I were to make all of the text basically unreadable. So we're using the low quality graphics, which I'm hoping they can patch something relatively soon, but in the meantime, we're just going to roll with it. I know that I'm only broadcasting at, what, 720p, which is not the best resolution, especially for when things are already not the best to begin with. The compression just does bad things to the image, and I don't know that there's any way around that until they fix it. I mean, I could, but like I said, it would be unreadable. But I think we are just about ready to start advancing days. We do have Mariana Lance is ready to roll, Tonga Lance is ready to roll, Galatea Lance is just missing the arm on the Marauder, and Aleutian Lance is ready to roll. So we could potentially start exploring track 0 with Aleutian Lance while we wait, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh wait, Aleutian Lance is already on track 1. They should be back relatively soon though. The deployment period here is only 1 day. So we will advance the day, try to get the arm on the Marauder, and see if we have to deploy for the grounded dropship mission. We got some LRM ammo in, which is nice. We got the right arm on the Marauder, very nice. We needed a 5, we got a 6. Congratulations, Edeborg. The Jenner's going to be another couple days. The Wolfhound is being mothballed. The Panther is mothballed. All the parts we can't have. So let's get the armor onto the Marauder. Kostya can do that on a 4, I think. These weapons are all going to be ×4 time because I don't want to risk losing any of them. And the actuators, I think a regular can do those at ×3, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have veterans doing the weapons. That'll be Susan on a 4. That'll be Loney on a 4. That'll be B on a 4. And Big Knot can get, well, that'll be a 2-day job. I'm sure I've got a regular who might be able to do an SRM6 on the first try. In the meantime, we'll have George Valdez do an actuator. We'll have Cito do an actuator. The SRM6 will go to Shoyab on a 5, and he fixed it. Nice, barely. I'm glad I don't have any green techs I could have given that to. Oh, tired. I'm sorry to hear that. And not trying to ask you to share something you don't want to share, but if there's anything going on, you're welcome to share. So that is the Marauder ready to go. And I'm expecting, let's do Aleutian Lance should be ready to deploy. Oh, and we detected a hostile mech base and a hostile force, so that is lovely. We've found one of our contract objectives. That is designated facility at 10 on track 0. So we're going to have to deal with that, but in the meantime, we've got a convoy escort mission, which is happening on the 1st. The deployment day is today. The battle date is 2 days from now. The return date is the day after that. Let's see if... Okay, the briefing room agrees. The battle will be happening in 2 days. So that'll be after the dropship. So we can advance a day. Defend grounded dropship is today. Deploy a force. We'll go ahead and deploy, I guess, Tonga Lance, and we'll do that from the TO&E since we don't have a spot to do it from on the campaign state. So we will assign deploy force to defend grounded dropship. It'll be the standard mix player. We will assign and close. Okay, so we've got the grounded dropship today. We've got the convoy escort tomorrow. That's going to be Aleutian Lance. In the meantime, we still have 0 rerolls. Does Tonga not have? Hoser, you got 2 points of tactics. I don't know why it's not giving us rerolls on that mission. We should have 2. But then again, we should also have an op4 and dropship and objectives and things like that. Well, I guess we have an objective. We will generate pop forces and see what happens. Okay, so we've got an allied dropship that's going to be a Triumph 2593 model. We've got 11, almost 12,000 points worth of enemy op4, including a 2-4 and a longbow 7Q. And the 7Q is, looks like the more heavily armed one, so that's going to be the slow bow. We've got a Battlemaster 1D with a 4.6 pilot, an Archer 2S with a 4.3 pilot, a Crusader 3R with a 4.5 pilot. We've got a Bulldog Autocannon 2 variant with a 2.5 pilot. I'm glad they didn't put the 2.5 in the Behemoth or the Demolisher they've got. And a longbow 0W, which I believe is the fast bow. Yes, with minimal armor. Yeah, this thing has almost more structure than armor. So we've got a fast bow, a slow bow, a Battlemaster 1D, which is the standard. Machine guns, PPC, 2 medium lasers, machine gun, ammo. Yeah, that's gonna be the standard 4.6 Battlemaster. Tough and fast, but maybe not as heavily armed as it could be. And Archer 2S is the one with LRM-15s and SRM-4s. We just dealt with one of those, I believe, last week. We do have 2 rerolls. This is in an Arctic wasteland, 35 by 35 on a full moon night, which I may actually want to leave it as. As always, I'm open to suggestions. If you guys think I should reroll the conditions, feel free to drop a line in the chat. But in the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. Okay, so we'll do compact display. We'll sort by battle value. So the big bad is the longbow 7Q, 2.4 pilot, and that one has 50 LRMs and 2 medium lasers and plenty of armor. Followed by the Behemoth with the 3.4 pilot, and the Behemoth has a pair of autocannon 10s in the turret, 20 LRMs, and 12 SRMs. So we've got our marching orders. The longbow is to be feared, the Behemoth is to be watched out for, the Archer, 4.3 pilot, I feel like is overvalued. 1,600 points for a 4.3 pilot and an Archer with single heat sinks. I know the LRM-15s create less heat, so it's going to be able to keep up that rate of fire better, but once we get under those LRMs, he's going to be a lot more defenseless. What are we looking at as far as the map goes? Looks like, let me do isometric view. It'll let me. It won't let me. Okay, well, we can preview the game map without the isometric. I am seeing immediately some serious elevation changes and quite a lot of depth 2 and depth 3 and depth 5 water. This is quite the interesting map. I thought it was supposed to be tundra, but it looks like it's archipelago. Am I saying that right? They're deploying in the edges. We're deploying in the northwest. The dropship is deploying in the center. So we're deploying in the northwest, which is up here on one of these islands. The dropship is deploying in the center, which is probably going to be like right here. And they're deploying on the edges, which could be anywhere. I'm not 100% sure I'm in love with that. That is a generated map, 35 by 35. We've got medium elevation, we've got low rough, low sand, low swamp, medium woods, and for water we've got medium lakes. I don't know if we can change that. And check this out. No, it looks the same. Is this not a generated map? I trip. 35 by 35 Arctic wasteland. Is that a map or is that generated? Because every time I look at it, it seems the same. And usually when it's a generated map, it'll generate a fresh map every time you look at it. So I mean, it was starting with an A, right? Arctic. Let me double check something real quick. 35 by 35 Arctic Wasteland. There is not a map called Arctic Wasteland, so that must be a generated map. Well, hopefully the darkness can save us. If not, well, we've got the Archer and the Blackjack have jump jets, and Hoser has some range on him. If he can spot a target, he can hit a target. Oh heck no. That's under client settings, I believe. I don't know if you guys could hear that or if it was too quiet, but the little ding ding, that's not going to work for me. The first thing, isometric view. Second thing, client settings, and we're going to mute my turn notification sound. Okay, so we've got 12,000, they've got almost 12,000. So it should be a pretty even match. And you'll have a fun time with that map. Yeah, it looks like. Now, is this iced over? Ice with a terrain factor of 40 over water of depth 2 and thin snow of terrain factor 15. Well, it would be nice if we could tell where the dropship was going to be, or where any of our enemies were going to be. I think I would like to have Hoser start in this location, facing that way. He can trek across this water in a turn or two. Maybe make his way down here onto this patch of land, get himself a central location to snipe from. Hoping that's how that works. Oh, and there's a behemoth on my flank and a longbow. That is the longbow, 85-ton, 2-4 pilot. This the slow bow. Movement 3-5. Yeah, that's the slow bow. Okay. So he's got LRMs, we've got PPCs. If we can get under his guns, we've got a pretty major advantage. I would like to get Ash's Archer with all the medium lasers. Maybe we could flank the longbow with these two mechs. The Archer has jump jets, so we're going to have mobility on him. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we've got another longbow on our other flank. This is going to be interesting. We could put the stalker behind the longbow. And hopefully it goes down relatively quickly. That one's the fast bow, which is not as well armored. As a matter of fact, it has how much rear armor? 7 and 10. So not a whole lot. A couple large lasers are going to go internal. Yeah, we got this. And there's a Crusader right there. I guess we will try to counter the Crusader with our Blackjack. Oh, there's the dropship. Did the dropship deploy on ice? Did the Bulldog deploy on ice? That is 60-ton tank on 40 factor ice. He might be about to fall. We'll see. In the meantime, everyone's at 100%. We are still at 12,000. They're still at 12,000. We'll see what happens in this first turn. Yeah, the Triumph is deployed on the ice. Now we've got Battlemaster and the Archer down here at the bottom right, which is fine. The last thing you want to do when attacking a dropship is to approach it from multiple angles, because it has guns on every side. which means that if you approach it from more than one angle, it can get more guns into the fight, and it doesn't have to worry about heat sinks like mechs do. We will jump into this hex. Hoser, walk for 3 movement points, question mark. That's depth 2 water. So that should be 2 movement points for elevation, 1 to enter the hex, and 1 for water. Thinking that should be 4 movement points to enter that hex. I'm hoping he's not going to fall through the ice and take damage. Crossing ice will break through on a 6+ on a d6. Okay. 6+ on a d6 is not bad. That's essentially the same as a 10+, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully no one shoots the ice out from under us. Stalker, I think, will be standing still. We've got a Behemoth and a Demolisher on Hoser's flank at close range. That's an autocannon 20 and a pair of autocannon 10s. Those are both going to hit him in the right side, which is his gun arm. Yeah, we'll have Werewolf skip his movement this turn, and Tsubasa on level 2. The Crusader is also on level 2, so he can punch us in the face, we can kick him in the leg. He's in heavy woods and thin snow. Maybe... Let's see, the Crusader, that's the standard Crusader with LRM-15s, machine guns, medium lasers, and SRM-6s. If we can snipe him, maybe? Snipe him in the right side, I'm thinking. Because he's not... His back is totally unavailable to us. Battlemaster breaks through ice on a 6, rolls a 1. Battlemaster breaks through ice on a 6, rolls a 1. Awesome breaks through this ice on a 6, rolls a 3. We're already getting worse rolls than they are. The Demolisher, shooting Hoser on the right flank with the autocannon 20 presumably, and I'm guessing he needs like a 5. Illuminates with Searchlight. I don't see any weapons fire. We'll have the longbow on 4s with the PPCs, which means it'll be, what, 8s with the medium lasers? We'll build up 2 points of heat to try to land some medium lasers on him. We've got Ash, also at the longbow at short range, taking... Oh, the longbow is firing at Ash. Illuminates with Searchlight, but no weapons fire. Interesting. We've got him on 9s. Because we jumped, we'll go 1 heat over on 9s. We've got our Stalker into the back of the longbow, who is, I assume, shooting at us. Illuminates with Searchlight, but I don't see any weapons fire. Might be off screen, might be because he's not shooting at us. Regardless, we're going to fire everything but the LRMs at him. And that puts us at 2 heat, which is fine. And last but not least, we've got Tsubasa at the Crusader on 8s. That'll be 1 large and 4 mediums to go 1 heat over. Alright, everyone gets lit up by everyone's searchlights. The Demolisher, firing the autocannon 20 at the Triumph, not at Hoser. Even at that range, needs a 3. That's 3 plus 2 minus 2 minus 4 plus 4. Okay. So the Demolisher is chewing up the left side armor of the Triumph with a pair of autocannon 20 hits, including a hit on cargo bay number 7, which damaged 683 tons of cargo, which is ridiculous. That's 10 archers almost. He just destroyed 10 archers with the shot of one autocannon 20. The Bulldog at the Triumph, hitting it in the left side and the aft, hitting it in the nose, and the left side is down to 92. The Awesome Hoser at the Longbow hits him in the right leg, the right torso, and the left arm. That's the 7Q, that's the heavy longbow. When I say heavy, I mean heavily armored, as opposed to the fast bow. And the left arm, down to 13 armor. Medium lasers to the left torso and right arm. Nice shooting, but that's still only 40 points of damage. Longbow at the Triumph hits it in the right side, hits it in the nose, hits it with another 28 missiles to the nose and left side, down to 89. Ash at the Longbow, hitting him in the left leg and right torso critical. Failed to get the crit, but he's down to 11 armor on that right side. The Behemoth at the Triumph, needing 3s, hitting it in the left side with a pair of autocannon 10s. We need to get rid of those tanks ASAP. Even the S-Arm 6 needs a 7, hits with 5 of them, scattering on the left side mainly. The Fast Bow at the Triumph, hitting it in the aft and the nose, hitting it in the left side with another 12, down to 50 armor. Jeez, these guys are really concentrating fire on that left side. I don't know if we're going to succeed at this. Stalker at the Fast Bow hits it in the center torso with a large laser, down to 13. Hits it in the right arm with a large laser, down to 1. Medium lasers to the right arm again, the center torso, the right torso twice, and the center torso down to 3. Medium laser to the center torso critical, which gives us 2 rolls on the critical hit chance, which nets us a pair of gyro hits. The Longbow 0W is down with a busted gyro. Let's see. The Crusader hits the Triumph in the nose and the left side, hits him in the left side some more, down to 38 armor already, and this is turn 1. Blackjack at the Crusader hits him in the center torso with a medium laser, down to 28 armor. The Archer at the Triumph missing on 8s. The Triumph at the Behemoth hits him in the right side, down to 51. Hits him in the turret, down to 64. Hits the Longbow with 12 LRMs, that's the slow bow. To the center torso, left arm, and center torso, down to 30 armor on the chest, down to 8 on that left arm. Longbow took 60 plus damage for a +3 modifier, needs a 7, gets a 5, falls on his left arm and left torso. Left arm is down to 3 armor. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, he gets a 5, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 5 again. The Fast Bow automatically falls due to its gyro being destroyed, falls on its left side, taking 9 points to the center torso, which crits on the gyro again. I'm suspecting he is going to punch out, but he may try to prop and shoot. We don't know. He needs a 12 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 4. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 12. What do we have here? The Stalker at the Longbow. Do we want to kick it, or do we want to try to salvage it? I think I want to try to salvage it. We'll skip attacking the Longbow. And that's the only physical attack it looks like for the phase. The only potential physical attack, I mean. Blackjack is at 1 heat, Archer is at 1 heat, Hoser is at 2 heat, Warwolf is at 2 heat, the Archer 2S is at 2 heat. So people are starting to warm up. The Battlemaster is not engaging yet. The slow bow is not starting to heat up yet. Fast bow is not heating up yet. But the Fast Bow may be a moot point. The Triumph only gains 35 and sinks 35. So we need to do something about that left side. I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to salvage this. We have one initiative going into round 2. We're at 97%. They're at 95%. The dropship is at 80%, which I think is generous, because he's already down to like a quarter of his armor on that left side. Okay, the slow bow or the fast bow punches out. Nice. Start with Hoser. Hoser will advance at a walking pace or at a running pace. The longbow is prone, and he's also on the other side of some woods. Don't know if we're gonna have the chance to hit him through those woods. We can turn and maybe start taking shots at the behemoth and the demolisher. I do think it's kind of unfair that the demolisher, which is a short-range tank, is hitting the dropship on 3s at that kind of range, but it is what it is. Who did they move? They move the Battlemaster, okay. They moved the Bulldog, which is also okay. Tsubasa, Warwolf, Ash. I think I want Ash. I think I want Ash opposite the longbow from Hoser. So no matter which way he turns, we'll have a shot next turn at any rate. The Behemoth and the Demolisher are both closing on Hoser again. We can get Warwolf into medium laser range of those guys. And the Crusader moved just out of range of being able to get behind him. So we will hopefully kick him in the head, maybe. Druthika ejects from the fast bow, needs a 5, needs a 9 for ejecting, gets a 5, takes 2 hits for a total of 3, does remain conscious. Battlemaster breaks through the ice on a 6, rolls a 3, the longbow stands up on a 6, gets an 8. Tsubasa will start on the Crusader. That'll be an ER large on 5s. And then 4 mediums also on 5s. Hopefully we can knock him down or something. Bulldog looks like he's either illuminating Tsubasa or shooting at him. Let's see. Hoser has shots on the longbow again, on 5s again. Is that more important? He can torso twist and he can still hit the Triumph. Or do we try to knock out the Demolisher and the Behemoth? The Demolisher is doing 40 points of damage a turn at this rate, which is all it would take to punch through that left side armor. We need that Demolisher down now. So we've got him on 3s and I think 4s. We'll do 2 PPCs. We'll do the large, and the mediums are leg mounted. Dang it. I forgot about that. So we'll do 3 PPCs and a large. At the Demolisher. On 3s and 4s. Putting us 3 heat over. Ash at the longbow. On 10s, because we jumped and because it's at short range. We'll build up 2 heat this turn. I don't know if that's the right choice. We will start wailing on the Demolisher from the other side. That's going to be the larges, the mediums, and the SRMs. Or do we skip medium to throw in another SRM? I think we do. That puts us at 3 heat over, and hopefully we can hit him in the fuel tank or something like that. Looked like we crippled him. The Demolisher is no longer shooting at the dropship, which is good. Instead, he hits Warwolf in the left arm and center torso, down to 8 and 18. Way to tank that, Warwolf. Our Blackjack at the Crusader hits him in the center torso with the large, hits him in the left torso and left and right arms with mediums, down to 15 and 10. The Bulldog at the Triumph hits him with 4 SRMs to the nose and aft. Autocannon 2 to the left side, times 2, down to 34 armor. Battlemaster at the Triumph hitting him in the nose with a PPC at extreme range for 9 points, down to 96 armor on the nose. Hoser at the Demolisher hits it in the front, hits it in the left side, hits it in the turret, and hits it in the front again, down to 22 armor. Hopefully Warwolf can finish off the Demolisher, maybe, with some lasers. The Slow Bow hitting the Triumph in the nose on the left side with LRMs, hitting him in the right side and nose with more LRMs. The nose is down to 67, the right side is down to 127. The Behemoth at the Triumph hits it in the left side and nose with autocannon tent fire. That left side is down to 20 armor. And 2 SRMs down to 16. 3 SRMs down to 12. No, down to 14, then down to 12. Ash at the Longbow on 10s, missed with everything. The Crusader at the Triumph hits it in the aft and the left side with LRM fire. Left side is down to 7 armor. Warwolf at the Demolisher hits it in the front with a large laser, costing it a movement point. Hits it in the right side with the other. Medium lasers to the right side, times 3 it looks like, costing it a movement point, down to 7 armor. Another medium laser down to 2 armor, SRMs to the right side, and the Demolisher is kaput. Very nice, way to go. The Triumph at the Behemoth hits it in the rear, costing it half its movement points, hits it in the right side with an autocannon 10, and hits it in the front and right side, stunning the crew for a turn with LRM fire. Very nice. Stalker took 40 plus, needs a 6, gets a 7. The Crusader took 20 plus, needs a 6, gets an 11. Physical attacks, we've got Tsubasa at the Crusader. We can kick him in the head on a 5. We kicked him in the right torso for 9, down to 15 armor. He needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 10. Battlemaster is at 0 heat, Tsubasa is at 2, the Longbow is at 0, Ash is at 2, Hoser is at 3, Warwolf is at 3, the Triumph of course is at 0, and the Crusader is at 1. We have lost initiative going into round 3. We're at 93%, Team 2 is at 72%, the dropship is at 67%. Hoser might be needing to engage that Battlemaster, I'm thinking. If we can have Ash taking on the Longbow at medium range, like 4 to 6 hexes, that would be ideal. Yeah, the snow is slowing us down, or is that the darkness? I think it's the darkness slowing us down, actually. The Blackjack, the Crusader has not moved yet. The Bulldog is stunned. Behemoth. I thought the Behemoth was stunned. The Behemoth still has loads of armor. And he is apparently not messing around. He looks like he's going straight for the Triumph. Hopefully we can tank it on the nose instead of the left side. We'll see. We will back up to this hex. We have 5 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Because of the darkness. Which is why we can't back up into the heavy woods. So we'll just back up to there. The longbow gives us a range of 5, which is a good range for us, but not for him. And last but not least, we've got Tsubasa, who will jump over to here, forcing the Crusader to turn around. Oh, no, he did not turn around. He is instead going for the Triumph, looks like. That's going to be a 7s. We'll take 2 7s instead of a 9. That puts us 4 heat over. Next turn we'll have to try to get into medium laser range. Ash at the longbow on 5s. That's much better. No point in overheating if there's no chance to hit. Hoser has the behemoth on 5s. Has the longbow on 5s. Battlemaster is out of range still, and probably will be for a little while. The behemoth or the longbow? Behemoth is the bigger threat. I think. We'll see. Oh, we can only hit him with 1 arm. That's gonna be the longbow then, since we can unload everything on him. That'll put us at 4 heat over, which is fine. And then Warwolf hit the behemoth on 5s. We might skip one of the larges, just to keep our heat under control for a turn. Do we? Or do we overheat a little bit? Oh, don't need to do that. Yeah, we'll skip one of the mediums so that we'll be 3 heat over. Oh, hey, sorry, I have not been watching the chat. Big Fluffy. The drop is going so-so. Our objective is to defend this Triumph, and the Triumph is taking heavy damage on the left side. It will probably not survive this turn. I could go reckless and get a few more movement points. I realized that when I mentioned that it was the darkness slowing us down and not the snow. We had a Demolisher annihilating the left side of a dropship. It's dead now. Not much of that side left. Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. The Behemoth is joining in on the action. The Crusader and the Longbow are joining in on the action. And the Bulldog is stunned for the turn. So that is about the scope of things. I saw the Behemoth was stunned. The Triumph hits it in the turret with a PPC. It's down to 54 armor. Missing with apparently everything else. The LRM-20 at the longbow hits him with 12 to the right torso and right arm. That right torso is down to 4. Blackjack at the Crusader gets the ammunition explosion on the left torso with his first shot. Lucky crit through the armor. Crusader destroyed by ejection. And yeah, that did not have case, so there's nothing left. The Battlemaster at the Triumph hits it in the right side for 9 points, down to 118. The Longbow at the Triumph hits it in the left side with a full 12 LRMs. Hits it in the left side with 10 more from another LRM-20, down to 5 structural integrity, and hit the thrusters. So he might have trouble taking off again. Ash at the Longbow hits him in the left arm with a couple of couple medium lasers, critting on his LRM-20. Nice. Medium lasers to the right leg, center torso, left arm again. Center torso critical. Yeah, he will have trouble taking off again if he takes any more structural integrity damage. He's down to what? 5, was it? Yeah, he's down to 5 structural integrity. As of this point of the reading, he may actually already be dead, we just don't know it yet. The Behemoth hits him in the left side with the autocannon 10, and the Triumph is destroyed. So that is mission failed. I guess at this point all we can do is clean up the rest of them, try to take home some salvage. Hoser hits the longbow in the left torso rear for 10, down to 0 armor there. Missing 2 out of 3 PPCs on 5s. For shame. The Crusader at the Triumph. Wasted shots because the Triumph is dead. Stalker at the Behemoth hits it in the right side, stunning the crew. Hits it in the front, costing it half its movement points. Hits it in the turret in the right side, stunning the crew some more. The turret again. And SRMs to the right side, critting on the fuel tank. That is the Behemoth down and out as well. The longbow needs a 6 to stay standing after taking 40 plus damage. Gets the 6, barely. And that leaves them with the Battlemaster, the longbow, and I think a bulldog. Now we are running hot. All of our boys are at 3 or 4, except for Ash. But I think it was the right time to be overheating. Boo is right, yeah. We've only lost 200 points of battle value so far, so we could keep going. Team 2 is down to 45% of their forces after losing a mech and a tank this turn. So yeah, that did not take long. We're on what, turn 4 now? It was destroyed on turn 3. That was kind of lame. We will be... Where's Reckless? On page 2. We will try to walk to where we can see the bulldog, or do we run? Yeah, let's go ahead and run so that he will have a harder time getting away from us. Need a 4+ for moving recklessly. Let's see. Hoser. Going to, I think, approach and try to... Oh, we don't have eyes on the Battlemaster anymore since we lost the dropship. So we will, I guess, continue trying to make our way to the south. We'll see. They're already at 45%, so I feel like we could call it at this point, actually. Let me just finish this turn first. Warwolf will also be moving recklessly into this hex. Needs a pair of 4s. Nice. And Ash. And goes to 4 hexes. That gives us a +1 for moving. That gives him a +1 for minimum range. Oh, does that also give him partial cover? I think it does. So I'm going to instead stand still. Pilot flees the battlefield. Everyone succeeds on their checks. Gribbly, hi. Yes, that is an ice field. That is frozen over to where it'll break under you on a roll of 6 on a d6. Fortunately, no one's done that yet. At least that we know of. There is a Battlemaster somewhere down here that we can't see anymore. We already lost the dropship, so I think we're just going to finish this turn out and then we'll call it. We've got him on 6s. We'll go 4 over for some mediums on 8s. Ash at the longbow. Hopefully we can put him down this turn on 4s. And Hoser, I don't think Hoser has a target. He can't see the longbow. I don't think he's got eyes on the... Yeah, the bulldog is outside of visual and sensory range. And the stalker at the longbow has him on 9s. So that'll be 1 large, all the mediums on 11s. We'll throw in 1 SRM 6 on 11 and some LRMs on 10s. Actually, the large laser is a 9. Probably be better off doing that. LRMs. So that'll be large, all the mediums except 1. And the LRMs. Okay. Bulldog hitting Tsubasa with 3 SRMs and an autocannon 2. Tsubasa hitting the Bulldog in the front with an ER large and 2 mediums, leaving it with 1 armor. Ash at the longbow hits it in the right and center torso rear, down to 5 and 7 armor there. The right leg, center torso rear again, down to 2. Left torso rear, critting on a heatsink. Left torso rear again, critting on 2 more heatsinks, which is not such a big deal since he's already down one of his LRMs, I believe. So he's not going to be building up nearly as much heat as he would normally. A couple medium lasers to the right arm, down to 3 armor. The longbow hitting Ash with 12 LRMs to the left and right torso. Stalker at the longbow hits him in the left arm, which transfers to the left torso. Medium laser to the left torso critical, does not get the crit. LRMs all miss. Longbow needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 6. We'll go ahead and declare defeat now, and we'll have to do that twice. And yeah, we will save the salvage. I think we did control the battlefield since we do have them down to 42% of their forces, including a moderately damaged, apparently, longbow. Because it's not crippled, it's not heavy damage. It's missing an arm, but I don't know. I don't think that's moderate damage. He's lost some heat sinks. I mean, he's still standing, but he's very low on armor, and he's taken internal damage. I don't know if that's moderate damage. And the light damage, I guess, must be the Battlemaster that took some fire from the dropship before it went down. Yeah. They were down to 3 units. We still had all 4 of ours. No one took too much damage because they were seriously concentrating fire on the dropship. Battlemaster escaped. The longbow, yeah, we can say that escaped. The Bulldog and the Archer. I don't remember seeing an Archer. The longbow and the Crusader, both inoperable. Crusader went off to an ammunition explosion. The left torso. We got him in the ammo. Oh. He must have been low on LRM ammo, and it didn't destroy the center torso. Well, what are the odds of that? Do we want an inoperable Crusader with a damaged center torso? Or do we want a longbow? That is an interesting question. The longbow ejected after taking gyro hits. He's missing center torso armor and right arm armor. Other than that, he's in really good shape. Yeah, you're referring to the Crusader? Yeah, I was thinking about converting the longbow to the slow bow, just to get more armor on there, and I don't know if it's going to let me. No. It will not let me check and see what I have in the hangar already. I think we might already have a longbow. Pretty sure we've already got a Crusader, but we will go ahead and take the longbow for 3 million C-bills. Even if that puts us over a little bit, we're only allowed to salvage 20%, which kind of stinks. Did we capture anyone? We did not. The fast bow was to Warwolf, and the Triumph was not one of ours. Warwolf, it looks like, actually got the longbow, the Demolisher, and the Behemoth. Tsubasa got the Crusader. No one got the 7W. Yeah, I guess that's it. Warwolf got 3 kills, Tsubasa got 1. We did not protect the following unit. We did force withdrawal, but that is still... Is that a marginal defeat, or is that just a regular defeat? I'm thinking that's a regular defeat. And we are disconnected from the server. Now let's check the hangar. Let's check and see if we have a longbow already. No, that is our first longbow. Let me double check the Crusader situation. Yeah, we've already got a 3R Mark III, which has double heat sinks. and a half machine gun ammo. Other than that, relatively stock. The longbow we can start repairing on. Actually, all of these guys apparently we can already start repairing on. We will have. Who do we want doing our armor? Amalika, we're trying to get her up to maintainer SPA. I guess special ability, not a special pilot ability. So she will be knocking out all the quick and easy jobs. Does not include 40 points of damage to the stalker. We'll do some armor on the legs of the longbow. We're gonna need a new gyro, the APC. That's for APC. When did we pick up an APC? I don't remember that. We will send, I guess, Doodles to do these. Oh, hey. Oh, it's in a transport. Transport bay is where it belongs. 5, 6. Oh, it's badly damaged. Wait, is that? What happened here? Oh, Emilia Pasic really screwed up the maintenance on that. Including damage to the stabilizer, the armor, and the sensor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Doodles, can we fix the stabilizer on an 8? No. And we will have to scrap that. There's one that's not quality F. We'll have Marie Louise do that on a 4. We'll have Quangsub try to knock that out on a 4. Mary Louise, I guess we'll do the sensors as well, hopefully on a 7. We'll see how that goes. Let's see, the longbow. Center torso, badly damaged. Is that an Ediport job? Yeah, that is. She can knock that out in less than a day and be guaranteed not to damage anything. The right arm is damaged. That's gonna carry her into tomorrow. Other than that, it's just the gyro and some armor. We'll have Susan or Loney. We'll have Loney doing armor, I think, and B can do the gyro. We've got Dulfikar on ammo duty. And that is a longbow in almost pristine shape. The stalker, where's Dulfikar again? Where did he go? Whatever, we'll have Daniel do the ammo. And then we've got 600 minutes worth of armor replacement to do. So we can knock that out on 4s. Denise, knock that out, please. We've got the archer. We'll have Oliver do that. So we've just got the longbow and the APC, which should be done tomorrow. Oh, new router last week. I think I figured out port forwarding again. Well, that's cool. I'm still, I'm sure you're aware, I'm still shaky on port forwarding. I do not know how to configure my router. I'm about as untech savvy as you can be. So that was a failed mission. Everything else, it looks like, is ready to roll. We've got a Lucian Lance. That'll be tomorrow, it looks like. We'll see how that goes. Oh, no, we do not want to advance the day with unmaintained units. We've got the longbow. We'll do ×4 on that one, try to get it up into the B and A quality category. Is that's going to be a regular working on that. That'll be, I think, let me check. MekTech, regular. Looks like Shada only has 4, but I think she's doing a refit, isn't she? Yeah, Shada's working on the Jenner, which will be another couple of days, or another day, looks like. Who else? Who else? Ethan Labrie is doing a refit. I guess that just leaves Denise. It looks like Ogiko might need to cut back on some maintenance as well. What 3 units are we looking at? The Jabberwocky, the Hunchback, and the Jenner. Why are we spending time maintaining the Jenner? It's being refitted. Also, the Hunchback, when did we pull that out of mothballs? I don't remember doing that. We'll have George Valdez put it into mothballs. That should be Ogiko fixed up, so that'll be Denise on Longbow. Sign person, tech, regular, Denise. And that should be just about everything. Should be able to advance the day now. Oh, of course, it's the 1st of July, which means unit market is updated. Oh, wow. That is way more units than I'm used to seeing on the unit market. Let me take a look at the mechs. We've got another longbow. Let's see, we've got a Whitworth on the black market for 70% off. And it doesn't want to show me now the rest of this stuff. Poser needs to go to shooting school again. You landed some solid hits. You just didn't land all of them. 2 more Marauders as well. Yeah, we've got a 3R down here for 5% markup, and we've got a 3M over here for 20% markdown. Spread them out too much also? What, your shots? Or are you referring to the unit market here? The shots? Yeah. Yeah, if we'd been able to concentrate on one target, but our priorities kept shifting based on who was doing the most damage to the dropship. And honestly, if I had known how easy the shots the Demolisher was going to have on the dropship, I would have prioritized him a turn sooner. Friggin' 4s at long range. Was it 3s or 4s? Whatever, it was basically a guaranteed hit. So do we want a Marauder 3M for 5 million C-bills? The 3M is the one... Which one is the 3M? 3M is the one that replaces the PPCs with large lasers. That one actually is a good mech. It has more heat sinks. It's able to fire consistently every turn. And I think it has more armor. What do we have in the way of Marauders in the hangar? We've got a 5A that is being piloted by Tentacle Shogun. And that one has medium pulse lasers and SRMs, which is not your standard Marauder. Demolishers are always high priority targets for me. Yeah, well, I figured the longbow would be doing more damage that first round. I did not think that the Demolisher was going to be able to hit the dropship for 40 points per turn. I was willing to tank the Demolisher for a turn or two in order to knock out the longbow, which I thought was the bigger threat. But it turns out the Demolisher was. Let's see, we've got sensors. Who do we have to work on that? Mary Louise. we'll have Doodles try and knock that out on a 7, and we'll have to replace those. We'll have Mary Louise do that. It'll take her more than 2 days. Go for the 3M, you'll be converting it anyway. Yeah, I'll probably be replacing it with double heat sinks, if nothing else. Unit market. 3M, 5 million C-bills, 20% markdown, normally 6.3 million C-bills. Yeah, go ahead and purchase that. What else have we got in the way of mechs? We've got a Wolverine 6R for standard price. We've got an Archer 2R for basically regular price. No, pretty significant markdown actually. We've got a Griffin 1N for less than 4 million C-bills, which is kind of tempting, but I feel like we already have the 55-ton range already pretty well covered. Yeah, we've got a Griffin 2N Mark II already, which has an ERPPC and double heat sinks. We also have 3 Cronuses, a Shadowhawk, 4 Wolverines. So yeah, we're set for 55-tonners. The contract market is updated. Enemy morale is now low. On planting planetary assault, there is a special scenario this month, which is convoy escort. Or no, convoy escort is today. Was that there before? Okay, yeah, that was. I guess we will have to wait and see what the special scenario is. That is a well-stuffed hangar. Yeah, I'm aware. I wish I had more pilots. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of mechs blown up. The only thing is, I'm worried about losing pilots. Some of these mechs represent a significant investment, but some of them I have backups for. Like Hoser's Ride. I've got one just like it in mothballs. So Convoy Escort is today, and that's going to be Aleutian Lance. Yes, Aleutian Lance. Protect an allied supply convoy. What do we have in the briefing room? Can we get some details on that? We've got Vernita, Zero Chew, Hattie Von den Uden, and Stiletto against an enemy mech commander and an enforcer. An allied convoy. We've got a Daedalus, an APC, a Powerman, a Quasit, and a Hastati 5-foot ballistic rifle platoon. Primary outfor is 13,000 battle value, including Wasps and Stingers, 2-5 and a Vedette. I don't know if 13,000 battle value is supposed to be right. And then what else have we got? We've got enemy reinforcements for another 5,000 points, and local enemy forces for another 800 points, which is kind of bull hockey because they've got a triple thumper, a dual sniper, a triple LRM-20. I don't think that sounds entirely fair for a lance that is only 8,000 points. I'm going to try regenerating those forces and see if I can bring that into more of a reasonable configuration. Okay, so now we've got the enemy mech commander in a guillotine. Oh, that's a step in the wrong direction. We've got enemy local force fixed defenses. We took away their thumper and their snipers. We now have a quad LRM-10 turret, a triple large laser turret. Those are not too much to worry about. We've got reinforcements, 4,000 points. We've got the convoy. We've got some more Hastati 5 ballistic rifle platoons. We've got enemy battle value of 9,500, which is better than, what was it, 13 or 14 before. We've got 6,000 points of reinforcements, including an archer, a MegaMek, a battlemaster, and another longbow. And more local fixed. How many turrets do they get? We got 4 here. And another 10 here. They get 14 turrets. Wooded Hills, Pitch Black. I don't think they're going to be able to deploy all those turrets, which is fine. It's mainly 9,000 points of primary op for that I'm worried about. They've got a 2-3 and a Drillson. They've got a 4-4 and a Saladin, a 4-5 and a Saladin. That's a couple of autocannon 20s on the field. We've got 3 Griffin 1Ns and a 4-4 pilot, a 4-5, and a 6-6. What else have we got that needs to be worried about? Nothing too much. Wait, Saladin armor. Is that the one? I mean, that one still has the autocannon 20. Yeah, that's today. Let me see. We've got enemy commander has been spotted. Destroy them. Enemy mech reinforcements from the hostile mech base. Enemy turrets, which I don't think they'll be deploying on hills. 50% must reach the far edge. Preserve the convoy to receive 1 support point per surviving unit. Crippled units only count if the opposing force is routed. And we're to destroy or rout 50% of the mech commander and primary op 4 combined. Well, we've got a support point. And we've got Galatea Lance ready to roll. Is it worth using our support point to bring in some heavy reinforcements? That's the, It's Tentacle Shogun, Scarponi, Limbrick, and Rama. Yeah, I think I want to bring Galatea Lance. Alright, that cost us our one and only support point, but if we can pull this off, we will be in for so many more support points. How many exactly are on the field? There are 4 units plus the 2 infantry platoons. So that is potentially, I want to say 6 support points on the field, although those ballistic rifle platoons are not going to last long. That I can pretty much guarantee. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so we've got reinforcements arriving on round 6. They've got reinforcements arriving on round 5. That hardly seems fair. But then again, their reinforcements are... Oh, they've got more reinforcements on round 7. So... We're deploying on the west. Our reinforcements are deploying on the west side as well. The Mech Commander is deploying on the east. Local defenses that we're not worried about in the center. Enemy reinforcements also from the west. Convoy from the west. Do I want auto eject disabled? Let me check. Planetary conditions, pitch black, clear calm. Yeah, because if they auto eject, then they become targets. If they do not auto eject when their mech goes off, and they have Case in the left torso, so he would still have his large laser and a pair of medium pulses at that point. He would take a couple of hits from the explosion, but, or sorry, she would take a couple of hits from the explosion, but that mech would still be operable. Same thing with the quick draw. It has the SRM6, but it also has Case. Now, granted, it would lose 3 of its mediums. It would be down to a large and a medium if it did take an ammo explosion, but I would rather have it stay on the field than have the pilot on the field in its place. Same thing with the Marauder. It has case. It's liable to lose its left torso. It comes close every time we deploy it. Let's see. We've got Ballistic Platoon aboard the MASH truck, Ballistic Platoon aboard the APC. So maybe they will actually make it across. This is going to be quite a large battle. There is a long list of units here. They've got a Griffin, a Phoenix Hawk, a Stinger, and a Locust deploying on round 5. What turn should we be deploying? It says 6. But we've got a point of strategy. No leadership for Wayne Henshaw, but we've got strategy, which should get us there a turn faster. The Marauder is the slowest one at 5. Warhammer is also 5. The Orion is actually a speed 4. Yeah, I'm okay with round 6 in that case. We're not. They're gonna be deploying behind us on round 5, and then we're gonna deploy behind them on round 6, and then they're gonna deploy behind us. Yeah, that west side is gonna be super busy on rounds 5, 6, and 7. Alright, we have 1 initiative for deployment phase. Everyone's at 100%. We're deploying on the west side. Need to click done, can't just close it. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Actually, we had a reroll. Do we want to... Yeah, we haven't changed anything. Let's go ahead and close this. We've got a reroll. Yeah, let's take another look at that map first. So we've got round 6, auto eject disabled. Yeah, everything looks the same. Cool. We do want to use one of our rerolls to remove some of these woods. Man, that is such a big map too. We just have the one reroll, yes? Yeah, we just have the one reroll. So we can't take away all of the woods. We can take away some of the woods, but not all of them. Alright, now we should be ready to roll. We've lost initiative for deployment phase, which is fine. I wasn't trying to jigger with that anyways. And we need to click done, not just close it out. Okay, so the convoy is deploying on what side? They're deploying on the west side, so they need to get to the east side of the map. Unfortunately, we don't control where they're going to deploy, so they are going to probably do something stupid. We'll have the Wolverine deploy here. Okay, there's a copper security mech there that needs to be protected. We'll have the quick draw, I think, deploy here, facing this direction. Oh, and they decided to split their forces. Now we've got a MASH truck, which is carrying some infantry over here. So we'll have the Cronus, I think, deploy here. And they've got a hover APC over there. So all we have left is the Spider. Do we have the Spider run up the center and try to distract everyone? I don't like being so spread out. Okay, so initiative for round one. We've won. Everyone's at 100% forces. And I do not think we're going to be able to finish this mission today. This is more than likely going to have to wait until next week for the exciting conclusion. Cronus and Reckless up to here. Do we want to switch our sensors over? I think I do. It's going to be mag scan should be best for this kind of environment, I think. Needs a 3 for moving recklessly, that's fine. Wolverine, also moving recklessly, I think we'll move to here. Okay. Yeah, we can make a 3, I hope. The quick draw, which is also a 5/8 movement profile. Do we want him maybe moving down this way? Yeah, let's try to regroup a little bit. Hopefully the convoy decides to join us. And the quick draw falls on its left side, needed a 4, got a 3. Falls 0 levels into hex 0407, takes 6 damage to the left torso and the right arm critical, putting on his upper arm actuator. It's a good thing that he only uses that arm for punching. And Zero Chew needs a 4 to avoid hurting himself, gets a 4. Okay, well. We will attempt to stand and maybe not move recklessly after that. The spider, that is, who's piloting that? Is that Hottie? No, it's Hottie. He's a 3/4 pilot. We move recklessly, we can move 12 movement points. And all we need is, a bunch of 4s. I don't think we're going to do that. Maybe we can do a pair of 4s. No, if we're going to do that, we might as well just jump. Alright, that quick draw fell, we saw that happen. Everything else is fine. He needed a 4 to get up, he got an 8. I've still got people with... Okay, we've got no one who can shoot yet because we don't have any enemies on radar. We will be switching everyone to mag scan because I think that works better in the woods. Not a good opening round? No. Could have gone better. Hopefully that's all of our bad luck used up for this mission. Alright, the spider built up 8 heat for jumping, everyone else built up only 2 or 3. We've got round 2. We're at 99% of our forces. Team 2 is already at 93% of their forces. Don't know what happened there. Oh, because the local fixed defenses didn't deploy, I bet. Alright, we still have eyes on nobody. We can have the quick draw. Oof. 4 movement points per hex if we don't go reckless. Or we can jump. Yeah, we'll be jumping. As a matter of fact, I think all of our boys can be jumping. Yeah, that makes more sense than moving recklessly, I think. And we'll jump into some heavy woods. Cost us a little bit of forward momentum, but I think it's worth it. Turn to fire. We still have no blips on radar. That's going to be skipping for everyone. Everyone's building up a little more heat this turn, but not enough to actually, last until next turn. We've one initiative going into round 3, which means they have to move first, which I was hoping we would spot them, but we didn't. The Wolverine is actually kind of towards the top of the map. Let's try to bring him down a little. The quick draw also be moving at full speed, full jumping speed. The spider is going to scout things out. We still have no targets. We don't even know where the flip they are. We've one initiative going into round 4. Stiletto will continue jumping forward and northwards. Oh, all of a sudden we've got eyes on Griffin, a guillotine, and a striker. Guillotine has moved, the Griffin has not. Don't know how we got eyes on them all of a sudden, because in this darkness, I mean, we don't have eyes on them. There's no way we have that kind of visibility. That said, well, we kind of know where some of them are. We can start closing in on them. And the spider, I think, will maybe jump down south a little bit to try to maybe figure out what's going on in this region. Also, because the spider is a scout, not a fighter. Okay, so we've got some more blips over here now. We've got another griffin. And even with the, is that an ER large? Yeah, even with the ER large, they're still out of range. So we can't shoot at them. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they're trying to advance on us. Alright, so no one's building up any heat still. We've won initiative again going into round 5. We've got enemy reinforcements deploying behind us this round. And our convoy has not gone very far. We have made a grave tactical error. We are badly out of position. The one thing I need to worry about most is that Griffin, I think, and the Phoenix Hawk behind that. The Locust and the Stinger are mainly anti-infantry units. I totally should have anticipated that, and I didn't, and I feel like a fool for it. And then we'll be deploying next turn, and then there will be more reinforcements the turn after that. So yeah, I think we need to be falling back. Searchlight on, yeah. Searchlight on and jump. Light on, jump. The quick draw must have busted his searchlight when he fell, because he can't do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and fall back. This is about to get ugly. Stiletto has eyes on maybe a Phoenix Hawk. Searchlight. Still a 12 because he was already using the searchlight. It's -1 for pitch black even when he is using the searchlight. I jumped, he jumped, and it's long range. So we need 12s. That's okay. We'll take a shot on a 12. Wolverine has the locust on an 11. Maybe we'll make that a 10. Maybe we'll get super lucky on that. I doubt it, but better odds than an 11 for sure by double. Quick draw still has no searchlight, still has eyes on, oh, has eyes on the Griffin actually on a 12. We'll go ahead and take that shot. And the spider has eyes on, well, it has eyes on but no range. Alright, so weapons fire for the first time this battle. The Cronus missing on a 12. The J-27 hits the Stinger in the center torso with a machine gun. He's down to 4 armor. The Wolverine at the Locust hits with 4 pellets to the center torso and right arm. So that actually was more good than I was expecting. Everyone else missing. The Phoenix Hawk at the APC hits it in the front with a large laser and 2 medium lasers. It is down to 2 armor on the front. We need to save that APC. Locust firing on the Copper security mech, rolling in 3, needing a 9. The Griffin at the Hover APC hits it in the rear with 6 LRMs and destroys the Hover APC. I think the Hover APC was not the one carrying infantry. Maybe a Hover APC SRM. That was that the one carrying the infantry? I don't know. Yeah, it was. We've still got a foot platoon over here. Foot ballistic rifle. And that Phoenix Hawk has machine guns, so those guys are in serious danger. Physical attack? Let's have a physical attack on. Wolverine, same thing. The Stinger kicks the J-27 in the turret and destroys the turret. The J-27 is destroyed. The Phoenix Hawk kicks the platoon and kills 2 guys. The Phoenix Hawk did build up 7 heat to do that. So he's going to be taking movement and targeting, no, just a movement penalty next turn. And we've barely won initiative going into round 6, and this is when we deploy our reinforcements. And we do this knowing that they will be deploying behind us next turn. Better not forget that. I would like Marauder try to take out this Locust. What else have we got? We've got the Griffin over here. I would like the Grasshopper. It's a 584. The Griffin is marginally more maneuverable. The Grasshopper has much better firepower. We'll go ahead and go there. Go mag scan with you as well. I definitely want to distract this Phoenix Hawk, and that seems like a good thing for Scarponi to do. Do we want to go ahead and actually deploy facing south? I think we do. He can probably get away from us, but in doing so, he's going to get away from his target as well, which is kind of what I'm looking for. And then we've got the Orion. The Orion can maybe engage the Stinger, I think. The LBX might be able to do some good damage. He's already taken a machine gun to the center torso. Alright. Starting with the ones who are most badly out of position. And what the heck is this mass truck doing over here? He's advancing towards the enemy in ways that I do not approve of. We can jump to here. Get eyes on the Griffin with a little luck. The Orion. How good is the pilot of the Orion? That is Nairn. She's a 3-3. So she can reckless, I think, at a walk. On a 3, no problem, hopefully. Let's see. What do we want to do first? The quick draw. Maybe jump over here and try to engage the Phoenix Hawk. Team up on him again with Scarponi. The Wolverine. Jump into these heavy woods. The Grasshopper and Warhammer do not want to move yet. Tentacle Shogun does not want to move yet. Spider. You can have the Spider. Got over here. We've got a Stinger. I would take my Spider against the Stinger any day of the week, so we will move forward to engage him, and we'll turn our search. Oh, the Phoenix Hawk has moved. We will reckless our way into medium laser range of him through just the light woods. Hopefully we don't need a difficult roll. Pair of 4s, don't fail me now. Okay, the Griffin trying to make his way into those woods. We can reckless our way to here. Yeah, I think I like that. Needs a 3 or better. And Tentacle Shogun is going to just walk forward 1 hex and lay some pulse lasers into the rear of the Locust. Actually, I didn't even need to move. I could have fired on him from where I was. But maybe we'll land a kick on him and get the kill that way. No one failed their piloting checks. Alright, the Orion. Has eyes on the Locust with his right arm laser, but other than that, we've got the Griffin on a 13. It's going to be the Locust with the right arm laser on an 8. We'll take that shot. Maybe we can land... Nope, still a 13, even with the LRMs. Stiletto at the Griffin on an 11. The Phoenix Hawk on a 10. We will take the 10. The Wolverine at the Locust on a 10 as well. Looks like that's going to be the only thing we have resembling a shot. Maybe we will... No, we'll save that for later. Save that for after the big guns. Quick draw at the Phoenix Hawk on 9s. That'll be everything but one of the mediums. We're holding off on the Wolverine. The Warhammer at the Phoenix Hawk on 10s. It's gonna be 10s and 12s, and we'll just we'll do just enough to be heat neutral. We've got a Stinger in our back too, which might be a concern eventually, but it's not right now. The Grasshopper at the Griffin on 10s. There'll be 2 larges and a slew of mediums. We'll do 1 heat over for that. The Marauder into the back of the Locust on 4s. Yeah, we'll do 4 pulse lasers and follow that with a pair of SRMs on 6s. Hopefully at least one of them hits, and hopefully we'll get some crits. We'll follow that with the LB-10X cluster munitions on a 10, just to take advantage of any holes in the armor. Spider has no one in range. Alright, the Orion, missing the medium laser on the Locust, needed a 5, got a 3. The Cronus, missing the Phoenix Hawk on a 10, got a 3. The Quick Draw at the Phoenix Hawk on 9s, getting 8s and 6s and 7s. Did get 5 SRM hits, one of them to the head, and a Ostwang. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 6. Takes some smattering of damage to the arms and torso. Scarponi at the Phoenix Hawk on 10s and 12s, missing with everything. Grasshopper the Griffin on 10s, missing with almost everything. Hit him in the right arm with a medium laser. The Phoenix Hawk missing the copper on 6s, which is nice and not very likely. Tentacle Shogun at the Locust hits him in the left torso rear twice, which blows off his left arm and crits on his gyro. Also transfers into the center torso rear, leaving him with 3 structure. And another pulse laser to the left arm, transferring to the center torso. So yeah, the SRMs and the LB-10X are wasted shots. The Stinger hitting Scarponi in the left arm with a machine gun. The Locust hitting Tentacle Shogun in the center torso and left arm with machine gun fire. Wolverine did hit with the LB-10X, but to no effect. And the Griffin with the copper missing on 11s and 9s. Stiletto has no physical attacks to declare, nor does the Wolverine. Bernitta's in the Wolverine. Yeah, we've got no physical attacks there. The Grasshopper at the Griffin, we might be able to pick him on a 7. Not likely to hit. I mean, it's kind of likely to hit, but it's nowhere near, like, probable. But the odds of falling down afterwards are very slim, so I'm going to take that chance. And the Spider has no physical attacks either. Grasshopper kicks the Griffin in the left leg for 14. The Stinger missing a kick on the Warhammer. The Griffin missing a punch on the Grasshopper. The Stinger needs a 3 to stay standing, gets a 10. The Griffin needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 9. No one's building up much heat yet. The Quick Draw is at 2. The Grasshopper is at 1. The Tentacle Shogun is at 1. The Phoenix Hawk is up to 12. He is now taking 2 points of movement penalty and a point of targeting penalty. So he needs to start keeping that large laser silent, or he's just going to be useless in another turn or two. We're at 98.25%. Team 2 is at 90%. We have already lost 2 units of the convoy out of 6, so that's a third of the convoy down already. And I don't know if the infantry units count. And we've got some heavies and some mediums and a couple of assaults, it looks like, joining the fray. Let's see. Put the searchlight on and advance medium laser range from the Phoenix Hawk. Stiletto. There's a Griffin over here. We can jump into his back and lay into him with some pulse lasers. Let's see, the Wolverine can get into kicking distance of the Phoenix Hawk, which has taken some moderate damage, but nothing to the legs yet. Yeah, we will... Bernita has a hopping jack, so jumping is the same as running for her, except for heat. We've got a Battle Master, we've got a Longbow, we've got the MegaMek. The Grasshopper, I think, wants to engage the longbow. This is the 0 longbow, the one with little armor. So yeah, I think we want to go ahead and try to knock him out as soon as possible. He has not moved. And being the fast bow, he actually has 6 movement points. If he moves recklessly, he could cover quite a lot of ground, but I'm not expecting him to move recklessly, which means he's only going to move a hex or 2. Which I think that's a good move. Zero Chew in the quick draw is going to wait for a second. Scarponi in the Warhammer. I think we want Searchlight on. And we want not go reckless. No, reckless and then Searchlight on. And then we can advance into this hex, giving us some heavy cover. Just need a pair of 4s, and we made it. Let's see, the Marauder's already gotten a kill this match. So we've still got the Phoenix Hawk, but we've got the Orion and the Wolverine double teaming him. We've got the Archer down here, I think is going to be Tentacle Shogun's next target. Go Searchlight on for him as well. Did we spot something? No, the Archer just moved. Let's see, the quick draw. Would maybe like to jump in and help double team the Archer. The sooner we can knock him out, the sooner he's off the field. And the Spider still over here trying to take out this Stinger. We will jump to here. That gives us extreme range on the Stinger, but we're more maneuverable than him. We can close on him next turn, regardless of what he does. Needed a 4, got a 4. Needed a 4, got a 9. So that was closer than I would have liked. Alright, the Phoenix Hawk is taking pot shots at, I think that's Nairn in the Orion? Yes. Who do we want to shoot first? The Wolverine has an LB-10X pulse lasers. The Orion has an LB-10X and medium lasers. So that's going to be the Wolverine actually has a higher average damage per weapon. So we will hit him on 8s hopefully and 7s. We'll go 1 over. We'll go... actually... We want the LB-10X on a 7. We want LB-10X on a 7 at full strength, single shot. Medium pulses on 5s, everything else on 7s. Yes. The Orion is going to follow that with an LB-10X on a 6, medium lasers on 6s. The LRM on a 10. Is that... Maybe we can do something like this. We'll do 6s against the Phoenix Hawk, and we've got the Stinger on an 11. We've got the Longbow on a 10. Yeah, we'll throw some LRMs at the Longbow. Splitting our targeting just a little bit. Stiletto at the Griffin, who is apparently trying to shoot us by swinging his right. Oh, large pulse laser. That's a Griffin 1DS. That is not a Griffin 1N. He's got a large pulse laser and an LRM-20. Is he trying to fire the LRM-20 or is that just a searchlight? That is just a searchlight. So we will be shooting into the back of him on 9s and 7s. Ooh. Do we overheat for the SRMs? On a think 3 heat over is enough for now. We don't have any reason to suspect that we're going to get crits with the SRMs. Quick draw at the Archer on 8s, at the Battlemaster on 7s. Actually, the Archer's not lit up yet. We should be getting him on... no, 8s? 8s or 7s and 9s? Battlemaster... who is he taking out? He has not fired yet. Who do we want to fire on him first? We want Scarponi. We've got him on 7s, and presumably 9s. Yeah, 7s and 9s. We'll go heat neutral. No, we'll go 3 heat over on 9s. We've got him on a 7 and some 9s over here. We'll skip to the medium lasers. We'll go with the SRM6 just to go 1 heat over because it's more heat efficient. Grasshopper at the longbow on 7s. We'll do 2 larges. And all but one of the mediums, putting us at 4 heat over on 7s. Hopefully we can knock him down or something. Typical Shogun. You were going for the Archer, but your shot is blocked by woods. Which leaves you with Stinger, maybe? Stinger at long range on 12s after jumping. We'll go up to 1 heat. Sure, why not? Maybe we'll get lucky. We've got the Spider against the Stinger, and a Griffin over there too. We've got the Stinger on 16s. That's not going to happen. Lots of people illuminated by lots of searchlights. The Phoenix Hawk hits the Orion in the right and left torso with medium lasers. He is taking my advice and taking a cooldown turn. So I think, did he jump? He did jump. So he is still going to be building up more heat. That's 6. I assume he jumped at least 4 hexes. He's got 10 heat sinks, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that's a 1D. Oh, he doesn't have machine guns. He just has more heat sinks. Okay, so he's jumped 4 plus 6. He's actually going to lose a couple points of heat this turn, which is kind of surprising for a Phoenix Hawk that jumped and fired lasers. The Stinger missing on 9s and missing on a 9. The Griffin missing on a 10. The Wolverine at the Phoenix Hawk hits him in the right torso with the LB-10X down to 6 armor. Medium pulse lasers to the right and left leg. Sorry, medium pulse laser to the right leg, medium laser to the left leg. SRMs to the left and right arm and the right torso, down to 6 on the left, down to 4 on both the right arm and right torso. The Orion hits the Phoenix Hawk in the left torso with the LB-10X, so that is matching craters in his torso. Medium laser to the right arm, doesn't get the crit, not quite. Medium laser to the left torso, leaving him with 1 armor. Cronus at the Griffin hits him in the right torso rear, getting no crit. The left leg crits on his hip, nice, and the right torso rear again, critting on the LRM-20, the engine twice, and a jump jet. That Griffin is going to be badly overheating and not very mobile. He's going to have a hard time jumping with a missing jump jet and a hip crit. The foot platoon at the Battlemaster rolls a 9, needs a 9, gets a 4. Warhammer at the Battlemaster hits him in the right leg with a PPC, hits him in the left leg with a medium laser, not enough to knock him down. Quick draw at the Battlemaster. Oh, quick draw at the Battlemaster hits him in the left arm. That does bring us up to 20. And 5 SRMs. That brings us up to 30. Hit him in the head with an SRM. Needs a 3 to stay conscious. Gets a 6. Everything else kind of splashes around. 38 left on the center torso. Grasshopper at the longbow hits him in the right arm with a large laser down to 1 armor. Hits him in the left leg with a medium laser down to 13 armor. Battlemaster at Scarponi hits him in the left arm with a PPC down to 10. Medium lasers to the right leg down to 18. Wait, how many medium lasers does this? Oh, Battlemaster, right. I was thinking we were getting shot at by a Warhammer for a second. Like, how many medium lasers does this Warhammer have? No, it's a Battlemaster with 4 medium lasers. And a pair of machine guns, both of which miss. And the SRMs miss too. The MegaMek missing on 7s and 9s. Does land an autocannon 2 on the Grasshopper's left leg. The Copper at the Phoenix Hawk hits him in the left leg with a machine gun, and the right arm does not get the crit. That right arm's about to fall off, but it's still technically fully functional. The Archer landing 16 LRMs on the Copper to the left arm, left torso, rear, left leg, and left arm. And then 12 more missiles to the right torso, rear, critting on the Searchlight. Right arm, right torso, rear is down to 3 structure. Marauder at the Stinger on 12s, missing with everything. The Longbow at Scarponi hits with 4 LRMs to the right leg, 12 LRMs to the chest and arms, 12 LRMs to the right leg and left torso, down to 13 on the left torso, down to 9 on the right leg. Scarponi is taking quite a beating, actually. The Copper needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 5, falls on its left arm, critting on its shoulder and lower arm. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 3. Needs a 6 to avoid stalling the engine, gets a 7. Battlemaster needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 9. Scarponi needs a 6, gets an 8. The Phoenix Hawk needs a 4, gets a 5. The Griffin needs a 9, gets a 6. Finally, someone goes down. Taking 6 damage to the right and left arm. The right arm is down to 4 armor. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 12. We've got physical attacks. We've got nothing for Stiletto. Wolverine, yes, we can kick the Phoenix Hawk on a 5, or we can punch him with our left arm on a 7. Kick on a 4, punch on a 7. His legs would go internal. Punch, we might remove his arm. We would go internal on his torso. We'd strip his left arm. Or we could punch him in the head. That would go internal, but it wouldn't be the kill. Yeah. We could go internal on a leg, or we could do some serious damage with a punch. I'm gonna take a chance at the punch. Grasshopper has no physical target. Tentacle Shogun has no physical target. Spider has no physical target. And he kicked us in the right leg for 9. We punched him in the right torso. Not the right torso, rear. Dang. Anyway, we punched him in the right torso, which leaves him with 8 structure and costs him 2 jump jets. And we need a 3 to stay standing because we got kicked. We get a 7. The Orion is up to 2 heat. The Archer is up to 6. Battlemaster is already up to 5. He's probably going to keep his PPC silent next turn. The Longbow is at 3 heat. Our Cronus and our Wolverine are both at 3. The Warhammer is at 3. Grasshopper is at 4. The Phoenix Hawk is down to 10. The Griffin gains 25, sinks 25. Must have double heat sinks. The Copper, due to falling a level, I think he fell 0 levels technically, but he still crits on his hip because primitive mechs. We've 1 initiative going into round 8. We're at 96%. They're at 84%. Convoy is at 52%, including 1 with moderate damage and 2 destroyed. And this is going to be the last round for the night. After this, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and we will call it a day, and we'll see you next week. But first, let's see how much damage we can do in a short amount of time. Whose turn is it first? Did they move over here? Okay, so we can send the Spider, jump over here, goes on the Stinger, get the range. At most, he can get the range up to 8. That's still long range for us, which is not terrible. The Orion think I want to reckless this one so we can get down to here. On a 3, hopefully. Stiletto can jump behind this griffin again. Wolverine. Maybe more useful further south, maybe against the Battlemaster or the Archer. It does give him back shots with the Phoenix Hawk. I don't think I want to. We'll take left side shots from the Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, left side shots from the Phoenix Hawk shouldn't be a problem. Quick draw. I think might go reckless into these woods and get behind the Archer at a run on a pair of 4s, or we've got Hopping Jack. We could do that for one more heat without making any checks. Let's go ahead and we will jump that. Scarponi at the Battlemaster. We've got him at close range. There's no denying that. Especially if we get into his back. That also gives us a good shot on the longbow. Gives the Grasshopper a good shot on the back of the longbow as well. Yeah, I think we want to go with a pair of 4s so we can get into the back of the Battlemaster with all of our medium lasers. And we made it. Okay, so we've got shots on the longbow or the Battlemaster at our choosing. The Grasshopper will simply walk into the back of the longbow, giving us the easiest shot ever. It does expose our back to the MegaMek, but the MegaMek has autocannon 5s and medium lasers. Our Grasshopper is pretty well protected in the rear. Tentacle Shogun will run forward into these woods, or we can reckless it at a walk. I think I want to wait until I get my piloting down to 3 before I go doing that. I know, it's going to be a little bit. The Griffin getting up on an 8 needs an 8, gets a 10. The Orion needs a 3, gets a 10. Warhammer needs a pair of 4s, gets a pair of 7s. The Copper falls trying to get up on his left torso. Needs an 8 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 5. Did not stall the engine. Will be taking another crit at the end of the round. And the Phoenix Hawk is firing on the Copper, probably with everything. If I can... It doesn't want to tell me. That's fine. We will be firing on the Phoenix Hawk. We've got him on 7s with everything. We have the Griffin. I don't think we do. Outside of visual range. Okay, so we'll be 1 heat under our budget, which is fine, I guess. The Griffin on 9s. We'll skip the large. We'll do the mediums and the SRM. That puts us 5 heat under, which is a lot, but the alternative is 7 heat over, which I don't want to do. Let's see, the Wolverine has the Stinger, I guess, on 16s. The quick draw at the Archer into the back on 6s. That's going to be everything. That is going to be everything for 4 heat over, which is fine. Scarponi has the longbow on 6s. Has the Battlemaster, I want to say on 7s, because we'll illuminate him with our searchlight, I think. No, 10s. He is not got a searchlight. Did Scarponi lose his searchlight already? Must have been when he took a hit to the left torso. Okay, well, we've got the longbow on 6s. We've still got 9 more. That's a total of 12. Yeah, we'll skip the PPCs. We'll just use the mediums on 6s. That'll be just all of them. And throw in some small lasers just to be heat neutral, even though 10s aren't likely to hit. The grasshopper at the longbow on 5s. That's going to be 2 larges, I think. All but one of the mediums. The marauder at the archer, we've got him on 2s. We really need 2s. We've got him on 4s as well. Yeah, we'll do all the SRMs on 4s. And the spider, oh, the stinger closed on us, which is fine. We've got him on 9s. We'll build up 1 heat for that. Oh, we landed some hits, it looked like. Phoenix Hawk hits the copper in the left arm, critting on his machine gun ammo. There's no more copper. The Stinger missing the Grasshopper on a 7. The Orion hitting the Phoenix Hawk in the right leg with a medium laser, hitting him in the head for a head critical, leaving him with 2 structure and getting no crits. Forcing his second consciousness check. He needs a 5, gets a 7. Medium laser to the right leg, crits on his foot. SRMs to the left torso, and right arm, leaving him with 2 structure. And no crits. Mr. McGorilla, hey, glad you can make it back. Didn't realize, actually, that you had gone to a meeting. Yeah, things have progressed. We're mainly hanging out on the left edge of the map. We are just about to call it for the night. But first I'm hoping to take out this Phoenix Hawk's right arm, finally. Not that I think I'm going to. Battlemaster hits Tentacle Shogun in the right torso with a glancing blow from the PPC, needs a 6, got a 7. Searchlight destroyed, leaving us with 20 armor on that right torso. SRMs to the left leg, arm, and torso. The Cronus hits the Griffin in the left arm and the left leg, critting on his foot and lower leg. Medium pulse laser to the right arm, crits on his large pulse laser. That Griffin is in a bad way now. The SRMs miss. MegaMek hits the Grasshopper in the left and right arm with autocannon 5 fire, and autocannon 2s to the center torso, rear, and the right leg. The Archer missing the Grasshopper on 8s. The Longbow missing the Marauder on 11s. Quick draw at the Archer, hits him in the center torso rear with a large laser, followed that with a medium laser down to 19 structure. Medium lasers to the right leg and left torso rear, down to 1 armor on that left side. Warhammer at the Longbow on 6s, hit him in the center torso critical, damaging his engine. Medium lasers to the right leg, the head, forcing his first consciousness check, which he barely passes. Medium lasers to the left leg and right torso and left torso. The right arm going internal down to 10 structure. Small laser hits him in the right torso, more than I thought would happen there. Grasshopper at the Longbow hits him in the left torso rear with a large laser, the left leg with another. Medium laser to the head, going internal, critting on the sensors and the cockpit. Longbow goes down with no cockpit. That was a lucky crit. And then we blow up the ammo in the left torso. Longbow destroyed by ammo explosion. No, it was already destroyed by ejection. Or no, by pilot death. The Drillson missing on 10s. The ballistic rifle platoon missing on a 9. The Griffin missing on a 12. Tentacle Shogun at the Archer, hit him in the left leg for a potential crit, but doesn't get the crit. Left torso is down to 20, right arm is down to 20. Left arm is down to 14. Left arm is down to 12. Left arm is down to 10. Right arm is down to 18. Left torso is down to 12. The Griffin missing the spider on a 12. The spider at the stinger hits it in the center torso and the head with medium laser fire, forcing his first consciousness check. Small laser to the left arm, leaving it with 1 armor. The Copper's death throws, missing the Phoenix Hawk on 12s with the machine guns. The enemy archer needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 6, falls on his right arm and center torso. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot and succeeds. Phoenix Hawk needs a pair of 4s to stay standing, gets a 9 and a 12. The Griffin needs a 10 to stay standing, gets a 6, falls on his center torso and right torso. Needs a 10 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 4. Needs a 5 to stay conscious and gets a 4. The Griffin 1DS is unconscious. Maybe longbow or maybe not. Yeah, not. So we will be, I think, kicking the Phoenix Hawk on a 3. The Griffin might stand back up in a turn or 2. We'll go ahead and take the kick on him as well. Wolverine has no kick. Quick Draw has a kick on the Archer on a 3. Spider has a punch on the Stinger's legs on 9s. Alright, the Orion kicks the Phoenix Hawk in the left leg, critting on his hip and upper leg. He is definitely going down after that. The Cronus kicks the Griffin in the left leg, destroying it and transferring into the left torso rear, critting on his jump jet. Quick Draw kicks the Archer in the center torso for 13, leaving him with 14 armor. Spider punches the Stinger in both legs for 3 each, down to 2 armor. Phoenix Hawk falls on his right leg, going internal and critting on a heatsink, needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 9. Huzzah. So we are starting to do some seriously good damage to these guys. The Archer is at 10 heat, the Battlemaster is at 4. The Phoenix Hawk is down to 6. And this is where we're going to save our game. We will save it as, I guess, Convoy 2, because why not? Let's go ahead and disconnect from the server. We'll go ahead and save our exit save as well. Oh, uncaught Java exception. Hopefully that does not come back to bite us in the butt. We will save the campaign on July 1st. And this is where we're going to call it. So thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Discord link is in my bio. And we will see you guys next week. Have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week. Thank you for joining me, Mr. McGorilla. Thank you for Rank. Gribbly, if you're still here. Big Fluffy, if you're still here. I appreciate you joining me. Actually, I doubt Big Fluffy is here because he's probably doing his own stream. Speaking of which, we will raid Big Fluffy 10-0. And that is gonna be it for us for tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks again, and have a good one.